Hello, this is Dr. Hakan Satiroğlu. I'm giving week two digital transformation notes and going through it together with you today. And week two, I included earlier, I mentioned in the week one. Week two is about business model and value creation. So a little bit like we are going to look at those elements. And so this is the first slide has got some learning outcomes about what I expect you to learn, and after this lecture, and some of the this is the main body of what we are gonna see, like two supermarket deploy identical AI pricing software, same technology. One increases margin by 4%, the other sees no change. The technology is identical, however, the performance is different. So you need to understand what is the behind of this discrepancy. And maybe one of them is see different than other one. So if you start to think in detail about this one, you can start to think with three content from now. And in the second section is different results. This is the different result because of this one. Because people understand the leadership capabilities or employee understanding IT capabilities and how they generate the value is part of that performance differences. So you will see in a second between so what is value, what is the difference between. So because we are practicing that one a lot in our business management schools, business models and value creation. But before that one, so what is value? And so some of the tools I would like to share with you. This is resource-based view, and this slide is Barney is explaining using Barney's resource-based view to explain a really useful idea. The same digital tool doesn't create the same result in every company. So two firms can buy the exact same software or same tools, but one gets a real advantage and other gets real little out of it. That is because the value is not in the tool by itself. So when we try to understand different performance outcomes, difference between the performance outcomes, we just theoretically we can refer them by using these kind of theories to explain. Otherwise, we may struggle. That's why we do a science, the scientific approach. The value is depends on what the firm already has around it, such as skills, their routines, maybe cultures, maybe leadership and data quality, maybe trust between team members, and the ability to actually use the tool well itself. Maybe they understand they didn't get or they didn't get the technology itself, or they felt this is complex. So yeah, these are the things. So the basic message here is the competitive advantage, or organization try to be always upper hand, or try to protect their market share. So all of them, it comes less from owning technology and more from how well the business turns it into something useful and difficult to copy. So as you can see, difficult part is how well business turn it into something useful. Technology is can be bought, or owning the technologies could be simple, but turn it into the advantage is a bit difficult. The VRIN test or VRN theory is V for value, R for rare, I for inimitable, sorry, and N for not substitution, are some of the key, perspective you may need to check when you are looking at. So, for example, is it valuable? This is a question, first question. Meaning, does it help the firm solve a problem or capture an opportunity with this idea, with this position, with this product, with that service, with that technology? Whatever you are at a stage, maybe you are at the beginning of the just issuing only one single product in your own business. But you need to always think about valuation. So, but in terms of our technological transformation or perspective, you need to think like implementing one AI tool or one AI is a comprehensive AI tool you are gonna capture an opportunity. It's gonna give you a chance to opportunity to capture advantage. So the second question is is it rare? Meaning not very competitors, not every competitor has it or not. Is it hard to imitate? So the next question, not just because it is expensive, but because it is pulled into the firm's history, culture, or way of working. And so these are the questions. Is it hard to, is it difficult to imitate? And the last one is here is is there any easy substitute that gives rivals the same result? So if you say all of them yes or all of them no, you are going to start to build whether you have a value, you can create a value out of that technology. So this is the framework is coming from Barney in 1991. A small anecdote here could be maybe used or given you as easy to understand, like a retailer buying a customer relation management system, CRM. On paper, lots of firms can buy the same CRM, but so the software itself is not that rare. But if one retailer combines it with years of high quality customer data or strong staff training or fast decision making, then that whole package becomes much more powerful than the tool alone. So this is how you need to evaluate, okay? Even though this is still subjective, but we divide it into the small pieces, ask the correct question, and you can start to make sense. Okay. On the right hand, also this is important because it clears up what you may often misunderstand. Barney is not saying firms just tick off a checklist and automatically have an advantage. So he's saying that we have to ask why this resource matters in the company at this moment. So even data is not always an asset. If the data is messy, incomplete, or badly governed, it can actually slow the business down. So research-based view is from Barney is included that one. Okay. I'm happy if you stop here and you can read more on this slide. So next slide is about business canvas, business model canvas. We offer our students, we share this canvas. It's really helpful, and it is introducing this slide is introducing business model canvas, which is basically one page way understanding how business works. Instead of reading a long case and getting lost in details, these tools help us break a firm down into the main parts: who it serves, what value it offers, how it delivers. So these are the questions each section you can have, and you can reach that canvas from easily from the Google search if you put on the business model canvas. And um, so from by using this one, you can show the logic of the company in one view, one glance. You can see that is why is useful in digital transformation as well. Because transformation often change not just one part of the business, but several parts of the same time, and value generation, each value proposition in the middle, as you can see in the middle. And a nice way to talk through it is from the right to left, actually. Start with the customer segmentation and value proposition. Who is the business for? Why would those customers choose it? What kind of value they gain from those business? So these are the questions. I'm not sure whether I'm saying this really quick, but this is not part of our digital transformation notes, but it is, I mean, core element, but it's supplementary and it's helping. Then you can move to channel and customer relation. How does the firm reach them, keep them engaged, keep them returned, keep them loyal? After that, go to the left side. What key activities, resources? So as you can see, it is becoming like operational wise. Resources and partners are needed behind the scenes to make the promise real. The promise is the value, value. And a simple anecdote could be here in Netflix. At a first glance, you may say Netflix is just like streaming film online, but Canvas, if you use Canvas, might help you to see much more than that. Its value proposition is convenience and choice, actually. Yeah, they are the proposition of the convenience to people. In their convenience, they watch the movie, and they have many different choices. So this is Netflix what they offer. Actually, this is not only streaming film online. Okay, so this is the its channels are digital. Okay, but it's customer. It has good customer relation like subscription base or personalized, like because they can choose some other alternatives as well, probably. It is key resource. This is our data and content. Maybe film producers are their suppliers or film studios. Okay, it is, and so um, you can use this canvas to push yourself think more deeply. Once you add up digital transformation, you can revisit this one, and you can check business model change or not. Okay, when a company adopts a digital tools, let's say digital transformation for the sake of digital transformation, interesting question could be which boxes on the canvas are actually changing. Is the firm serving new customers, offering a different kind of value, using new channels, relying on data as a key resource? So on. These are the questions that keep coming. And sorry, because I do apologize for this because I need the aim of these lectures are giving you some clear idea, but we are giving you questions rather than clear things. At least we have clear idea of what questions you are going to use. So another thing while you are using this business canvas is not like feeling is it mechanically. Like find that one is interesting way to feel and spot where the business logic is in the bringing value or creating shift or because of this technological disruption. and because that is often where the real digital transformation happens. So yeah, that's the point. When you feel you shouldn't think that one is mechanically running. You need to keep some intuition to find that digital disruption could bring how change this value and try to capture that area. And digital transformation is, as earlier said, in the middle, like value proposition. Here is on the first slide on the left, as you can see. So this model is business model break into the 5 moving parts and showing you that digital transformation only really matters when one or more of these parts change. So maybe you can follow these and you can say, okay, 1 or 2 of them changed, and you can say digital transformation is okay, and you can take, you manage digital transformation in your organization. So, but the first one is the value proposition. What problem the business solves for the customers? Why customers choose it? Why customers come and buy from you? The second one is the value delivery, meaning how that offer actually reaches customers. Okay, so streaming over broadband, not post, not shops, not cinema chains. So these are the example. I made it up here for you. So offer actually reaches customers, and how that offer actually reach customers. So this is the way. Okay. Sometimes we may change something in delivering the value. Yeah, maybe speed, maybe different alternatives. Maybe you are going to apply drone deliveries. Okay, something like new, crazy things or technologically acceptable, but it wasn't acceptable like 10 years ago. Now it works. It might be working. Okay, then yeah, implementing is okay. The third is the value capture, which is the how the business makes money from it. And this is the value capture. Like, okay, because businesses are there to make profit, then this is the important part. Okay, how we are going to start to generate value. Okay, then we have data feedback. Is the fourth one is, which means business keeps evolving instead of getting stuck. What do you learn and how fast? So the main point here is that the transformation is not just adding technology. It is about changing the logic of how the business creates and sustains value. Okay, so this is the main aim. And again, Netflix is a good example because it helps you to see all 5 parts working together. Its value proposition was convenience and choice. It is value delivery change from physical distribution to streaming, physical distribution of the VHS video tapes to online streaming. Okay, it is value capture change to because instead of paying per rental, customer paid a monthly subscription. Remember, we used to paying per rental, and then data feedback become a huge trend because every click, pause, and search help Netflix improve recommendation and understand viewing habits. So over time, it also support model renewal. So this is the last bit is coming as Netflix moved from just distributing content and producing its own maybe shows or films or documentaries. That is why this slide is useful. It helps us to see that strongest digital transformation usually do not change just one box. They reshape several points at some point. Okay, therefore it is creating value, and it's difficult to imitate their technologies. Yeah. So a good way to explain here is when a firm says it has digital transformation is acute, which of these five parts has actually changed? If the answer is almost none of them, then it may be just be digital upgraded rather than a real transformation, digital polishment rather than real and genuine transformation. Okay, so that's why this framework is important. And one of the case study on the next slide is Zara. Zara show what digital transformation looks like when technology is tied directly to business speed. In most fashion retail, firms predict demand monthly based in advance. Okay, place large order, then hope they guessed correctly. Zara works differently at the time. So and they built a system that notices what customers are reacting to, what they wanted, what is their attention to. So turns that information into the design and production decision almost immediately, and gets new items into stores very quickly. They manage that one. It is their capabilities. It is not like easy to making that one when you if you have a professional experience, or if you are a student, you will see that one in the future. Big organizations really difficult to manage them, but they were agile and they improved themselves evolved themselves in that way. That is why the phrase "turn data into a 2-week log" is so powerful. So this is what they did. Okay, turn data into a 2-week log. So the real achievement is not simple having data for Zara, but building operational model. So as you can see, they capture one of the value opportunity, but they were able to manage to operate or a capability to make it into the value capture point. Okay, so they convert the signals from the market to fast action. So this slide also makes an important point when it says technology is not the point. So because they use RFID, point of sales data. This is our radio frequency data, digital tracking system, that one RFID. And they use logistics software. They use point of sale data because they have a wide range of stores. Yeah, so all matter. They combine all of them, and many of the firms can buy this technology like this. But what is harder to copy is the way Zara connected them into the one coherent system, and arrange, organize, coordinate all supply chain and supply the product on correct place. Okay, store feedback or what they use is what they used are store feedback. Maybe they arrange design teams to design production design. So they use some integration in their organization. This is their capabilities, and which is business management perspective. The technology supports that system they use, but the advantage comes from how the whole model is put together. So the VRIN box on the right explains why this becomes a strategic advantage. Could be used VRIN box on the right, strategic rather than just a digital upgrade. So yeah, you can read them. So next slide, I would like to move. Why internal resources and external pressure both matter is probably you have felt that one from the Zara's example. Yeah, but from the internal resources is important, but external pressure is important as well, because we are not like living in a bubble. So we have to accord ourselves according to the external pressure business environment. So this slide is dedicated for this perspective. And digital transformation is never only internal story and only an external one. Either it's not like either only external one. And so this is kind of combination of them. Let's say a firm might have strong people, good system, useful data management system, but if there is no real pressure from market, it may move slow and not move at all. On the other hand, the firm may face intense pressure from competitors, platforms, or regulatory bodies, may still fail because it doesn't have the internal capability to respond it. Okay, so the two-sided sharp knife, it seems. Okay, so the key message here is the transformation happens when internal readiness and external pressure meet each other. Here I have included some of the tools like machine learning model, like leadership talent, ability to redesign. So on the other outside the terms like platform and ecosystem pressure, I gave like Amazon as example, and competitors and market disruption and regulations are the ecosystem of the forces. So maybe you are aware about EU AI Act 2024, like CV screening tools are classified, because we've seen CV screenings are done by AI, and then this is regulated. Okay, so EU is a body like really good at making regulations. They are famous about this one, but you need to aware these regulations. So this is not like criticizing European Commission, but this is not like kind of like remind you need to take care of all the external elements. Here on this slide. Okay, not competitors, also regulators, bodies as well. Okay, so next slide is about from selling machines to selling update. This slide shows a very important shift in digital transformation. The company is no longer just selling a product; it's selling an outcome. For the case study. Okay, let's read that one. Okay, together. A manufacturer of industrial compressors sell 200,000 pound machine. The customer hopes it works. The manufacturer gets paid once and hopes it doesn't break down under warranty. Now sensors in compressors send pressure, temperature, vibration data. The manufacturer's cloud server. Okay. The customer pays a monthly subscription for guaranteed uptime and 99.5% availability of the manufacturer's credits their bill. So the manufacturers earn more over 5 years than from the original sale and gets early warning. I think this is Harvard, that's why he's making trouble. Okay, I'm gonna leave it as it is. Before the customer even notices them, so manufacturers earn more than 5 years than I forget what I read. Okay, sorry. The manufacturers earn more over 5 years than from the original sale and gets early warning of failures before the customer even notices them. So as you can see, this is their advancement. This is their technology they apply in the machine and they made. So if you go with the business value model, value proposition, value delivery, value capture, data feedback, and what is new. So as you can see, this is a really good step. And if you take all of them, if you add some 2 or 3 of them, it means that this is a digital transformation. And like one sensor are built into the machine, the manufacturers can monitor pressure, temperature, other stuff in real time. That means problems can be spotted early. So yeah, this is what they design, and it worked. Okay, this is their value proposition, and their value is before the customer even notices a failure. So this is, imagine, this is really really cool. And so business model, in that sense, the business model is changed in several ways at once. And the value proposition changes from here is a machine to we will help keep our operation running. So here is machine they used to sell. Okay. Now we are happy. We are keep helping you. Your machine is going to operate. So this is their value proposition. Yeah. I think it is clear what they offer, and it is real case study. Okay. And next slide is I included some AI into my slides because it's impossible to exclude in digital transformation AI stuff. And one of the McKinsey's research is saying that AI presence is not the same as AI value. A lot of organizations are using AI somewhere, but far fewer have scaled it across the business. And only a very small group are seeing really strong bottom line impact. So McKinsey 2025 report is describing this as a gap between adopting and value capture. So adopting is not capturing the value, not helpful. So AI is their research thing, research focus, and AI is widespread, but most firms are still stuck somewhere between experimentation, probably, maybe piloting, and the real business transformation. And in late 2025 survey coverage, 88% of the respondents said their organization use AI in at least one function, while only small higher performer group, about 6%, and reported at least 5% of them saying that this is earning point. EBIT, impact is a earning point. Okay. Impact from AI, 5% reported. Yeah, they have some impact of their income. Okay. So at this point, maybe I must say, like, the saying like a big words, AI is a common. Okay. So, every organization try to implement AI, and regulation needs to be taken care of. Competition needs to be taken care of because organization doesn't want to be laggard in the competition. Therefore, they want to implement AI. And scaling AI is really hard. And because when you scale it, you need to test it because AI is fed by data. If you don't train it, it's not gonna work well, and it's gonna make errors. Okay, so therefore it's making trouble. So yeah, simply having AI tool doesn't create advantage. So because rivals can have the same tools, but they have more data that train. Okay, and the firms that pull ahead draw the ones that redesign work. And you need to redesign your work. You need to train. You need to add some kind of department. It's gonna train the AI, and it's gonna test whether it's working well or not. Because it's like a black box, and you don't know how it is deciding. And if you leave it alone, and you can lose. It can adversely impact your business operations. Anyway, so this is not like part of that way, but when you implement AI, you need to redesign the work. You need to think about your leadership, how it's going to coordinate organization and connect AI. used to actual commercial outcome. So I think this is what is saying in this what we learned from the McKinsey's research in this slide. Okay, now next slide is about the platform logic, because last week I mentioned I used like example like application or website. So therefore, yeah, this is my scope mainly, but you can include these elements for your ERP or MRP systems in the organization. So this slide is explaining that platform business is different from a normal business because it doesn't just sell a product directly to one customer group. Instead, it creates value by connecting different groups that need each other. Okay, so this is platform-based logic is like Airbnb, and we know Uber, and these are the organizations. So I dedicated this slide a little bit for them because it is one of the high and important elements, important business model we see in the last 10 years. Airbnb connect host and guests. Uber connect drivers and passengers, and Amazon, for example, Amazon Marketplace connects seller and buyers. The platforms may not own the main asset being exchanged in that sense, but it controls the space where the interaction happens. So as you can see, the platform's logics are digital in terms of in our community, in our society. We have seen that digital transformation happening because they are selling us platforms where we can exchange. In the Japanese way is they call ba, the platform people exchange their knowledge. Maybe I can include one here. It's the kind of like platform they exchange some seller and buyer, they exchange some goods or services to each other. That is why platforms are becoming so powerful, because they connect, they arrange a platform, people exchange their value with each other. And so these platforms doesn't have any car for Uber, they don't have any property for Airbnb. Yeah, they don't own the product for the Amazon Marketplace. They don't just so they don't participate in the market in a real way. These organizations start to shape how the market works, who gets seen, what gets recommended, and what data is collected from in every transaction. So why network effect change strategy is the middle side of the slide is about network effect. This is where platform strategy becomes very different from the ordinary competition. In a normal market, if being second or third can still be fine, but in platform markets, once enough users gathered in one place, that platform becomes more attractive simply because everyone else is already there, and more buyers attract more sellers, and more sellers attract more buyers in a sense like equilibrium, just stimulating each other. A real life scenario is a food delivery application, for example. If most restaurants or most customers in a city are already using one major application, a small rival has a very difficult job, and customers open the app with the most choices, and restaurant joins the app with the most demand. So the market can start tilting towards one or two dominant players, not because they are always better in every way, because they scale themselves and they take advantage being in there in that platform. So in that sense, like these are the platforms are important for organizations to be part. Okay, so yeah. you need to take care about this one as a digital transformation part. And I think I'm going to jump the next slide and refer a little bit to a tutorial activity here is choose one company and map the original model and show what changed and identify the new capability needed. So I made example of the firm for Tesco, and so I made some kind of brief for you in the next slide. What you need to do, weak answers look like, why they fail. So I made like Tesco is useful because example is really useful because it shows the digital transformation is not just about launching a website or adding self-checkout. The deeper story is that Tesco moved from being mainly a traditional supermarket that sold product in stores to much more data-informed retailer that can shape offers, personalized communication, predict demand, and earn value across both physical and digital channels. That these make a strong case for explaining the core idea of the tutorial because yeah, maybe you can say Sainsbury's is doing same, but this is the case. I picked the Tesco. So in that sense, like technology matters for Tesco, and what really matters is how it changed the business model. Okay, this is the element. Okay, I would like to see. So for the tutorial activity, so I would like to see that one when you are choosing company, like I'm hoping you are gonna collaborate with me, add some comments so in the chat thread, and I can improve these slides, or I can improve myself, or we can improve each other knowledge in a way. Choose pick one of the organization, but avoid choosing born digital firms because like they are already digital. Okay, so it's difficult to distinct. Okay, so map the original model is the Tesco, for example. Tesco value proposition was straightforward, convenient groceries shopping, broad product range, and competitive price for mass market households. So it is value delivery was centered on physical stores, supply chain, shelf space, and store operations. Its value capture came mainly from the product sales and in store. As you can see, I'm following all of them one by one. So mapping the original model. So this week is about that one actually, value proposition and a business model, and show and the third line show what change is the biggest shift was not simply Tesco become digital. The more precise answer is the value delivery. Okay, so you need to capture that one. Maybe data feedback, partly value capture change, and so these are the. This is theory. I didn't say anything about Tesco now. Tesco now reaches a customer through application, online grocery ordering, digital coupons, club card pricing, personalized offers, connected online and offline journeys. So that means value delivery is no longer only about the store sales. And yeah, it has got different way of value delivery. Okay, so that is gonna tick, and you can start to search other things. It's like because our society is becoming more digital convenience, and our digital literacy is improving. So so it is ready. They were ready for commencing this kind of section, and yeah, Tesco captured that section. So yeah, this part is change and show that what changed in that map. Okay, so this is the part, and so identify identify the new capability needed. So this is where the analysis becomes stronger in terms of like the important thing is not to say Tesco use data analytics, but to explain what Tesco needed. It didn't need to be for Tesco needed a much stronger data governance capability, data management capability, the ability to integrate customer data across different channels, advanced analytics knowledge or abilities to run them. A digital marketing infrastructure, yeah, they didn't have that one, and now they have the organizational ability to act on those insights at scale. So all these elements, what they needed to make while they did, okay, while they are doing, okay. So maybe you can use Barney research-based logic as well here. The resource is not data. Data on its own is often overrated. I know, we all know. What matters is whether Tesco data, customer transaction, maybe loyalty, data coming from loyalty, card knowledge, or analytical routines like operational routines. How these are going to be valuable, rare, hard to imitate, and not easily to substitute. So they are valuable. If you say they are valuable because they improve targeting, stock decision, customer retention. Okay, so it's similar with like capturing the data from customers and quickly implementing in the stock management systems. Okay, this is like a Zara they did. They included their design team as well. However, Tesco doesn't have that kind of things. But yeah, anyway, they have supply chain. Tesco has a supply chain. They need to adapt themselves. So this is like you may wish to use Barney research maybe when you are identifying capabilities and linking them. It would be great. And yeah, I think Tesco is a useful example because it shows transformation is not simple to adding of technology to a traditional business. Okay, so I think I'm reaching at the end of my slides now. So some of the three key idea, okay, because these are really good elements, I think we should read them. And resource only matters in combination. A data of customer data, database of customer data is not a source. Okay, this is the element. So how you evaluate those, how you are going to analyze them, how you are going to use them in your decision making process are important. So these are going to bring us to these elements are going to bring us to Barney's VRIN test or VRIN theory. When you are using those data, if you are not able to make VRIN elements at all, then you are not going to make anything. Okay, so resources only matter in combination. So on the other hand, business model, so you need to check the business model is change or not. So you can say if the business model is not change at all, you can only say we didn't transform, this organization didn't transform, digital transform, this is only digitalized, okay? So the scaling gap is the real management problem from the AI example I gave you. 88% of the firms are using AI, 6% of the generate measurable profit from it. And the gap is not about models, it is about workflow, design, talent, governance. So yeah, that's it. That's it. What week 3 and 5 we are going to talk about. I'm going to offer some of the theory, and today I think I am done with my presentation. And some of the references I used and I verified those are those are the references. And thank you very much. Hopefully, I'm gonna arrange the week 3 tutorial later on. Thank you very much for listening and for your time and giving your time for this training tutorial. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.